Okay. So it's recording.
Cool.
Recording. Okay. This question has to do with friends, and what do people mean to you? First of all, do you like animals? Do you like pets? Do you?
I like animals, but I don't want to take care of them because I can barely take care of myself in life, I'm terrible at.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Well,
managing your
responsibility is much higher, and I was a free spirit, I think. Maybe a little too free. But actually, in the last 10 or 12, maybe 13 years, I got a job that I stayed at for that long, which is a record for me. And actually, I like the guy that I work for.
What
He's
job?
my friend too. It was working for the city of Edmonton on the electronics systems for the fire trucks and the tactical gear that they used for headsets. And
What did you have to do? What was your?
well, I repaired headsets,
Oh,
but I also went out in the field earlier when I first started. I was actually pretty nervous about it because working for, well, there's the captain, right? He's important. So he's watching me trying to repair something that I don't even really know what I'm doing, because my boss is like, just, you know what you're doing. I'm just like, no, I don't. So I got a little nervous on that. So I kind of eventually kind of just stayed in the shop and repaired headsets. He still is one of my closest friends. So.
Who is he?
Rick Wagner. Or Wagner, if you want to say it in German. Yeah.
Do you place what importance do you place on friends?
Everything.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Do you remember your first friend? I think did you mention him before?
Came here the other day.
Right.
First best friend.
What was his name?
Chad Middleton. He lives not too far from here. Brought his son here. And, I remember everybody. Mostly in my life.
Why do you think? I'm asking because I'm kind of I feel more like a lone wolf. Why are friends so important? Why do you feel so?
I was always searching for friends because I never fit in to what was norm, I guess. So I just kept on. I was still searching.
What are great friends you've had? What are great friends you've had amongst the years?
Well,
who? What names?
Humbert and Lisa. They were there when I had a schizophrenic episode and I was lost, and they were there for me. So I have faith in them. And then there's other people too that I just got to know, slowly. I wasn't rushing it or anything. And we all had, a lot of us, we had music in common, of course. So as well as you and I did. It's this journey that it's pretty wild, and I don't mean wild by like parties or whatever, but just not even trying, just becoming friends without trying, and I'm faithful to all the people I know. Although some of them might not even know it, but I do.
I noticed from the very beginning, I remember jamming with you at the Edmonton Music Society with Tilo on drums.
Yeah.
I think you were playing some Strat. Maybe even
That's it right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he seemed very, very considerate. Is there a lot that you hold back because of consideration, so that you don't kind of...
Sometimes I suss it out, you know.
Suss it out? Do you mean like a suspended chords kind of thing?
No.
Yeah?
No, I don't just suss it out. Like, if a person doesn't have... Well, I try to push people to that next level, and sometimes they get pissed off at me.
Right.
Because they don't know what I'm trying to do, right? It's like when you play music, when you connect with people, it's not by words, it's by sound and feel. Like, we feel the groove together, we feel the moments, you know. And there was times where I would get frustrated because I wanted to go to that next kind of level, but they pulled back, and it was like an anchor to my wanting to sail, you know, like. So it was one of those things where you could say something to people, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. So,
did you ever feel being as considerate as you are, held you back from?
Sometimes, yeah, but I'm grateful for the fact that no matter what, I got to meet people that were really good people, and I got to play with them.
What's the most important thing, like when you think of success and that?
I don't think of it is money, or, sorry, did I cut you off there?
No.
I don't think of it as
so considerate.
Popularity. I just consider it where you can find that zone, that place where you and 2 others or 4 others can become one. Yeah.
Family. So we were talking about the importance that friends, that you place on friends. How I don't know how.
I'm starting to get a deeper connection with my family in the end here. Something that I think I overlooked, you know, years ago, or just didn't have the ability to realize certain things. So, I mean, I went out and learned stuff the hard way, rode hard knocks, and I come back and I'm like, you know, I know more now. And sometimes it's really hard to tell people you know more, or find the proper way to say it. I had trouble trying to communicate that because I sugarcoat it with humor and other things just to. I couldn't be as a matter of fact because I didn't want to be cruel and I didn't want to sound like. I don't know, just, I didn't want to make anyone feel lesser than me, you know, like I wanted to be on the same level. And I don't like arguments. I hate them. I hate arguments. I back down.
So you're very agreeable to a fault? Are you agreeable to a fault?
I agree so that I don't get in the argument even though I feel there's something I want to say, you know. And I'll let them win just because I just don't want to. I don't want that confrontation. So.
Three brothers you have, eh?
Yeah.
What order are you in?
I'm the oldest.
You're the firstborn, eh?
Yeah.
Everybody's okay.
I think there's something in the Bible Bible about that. Firstborn.
Uh-huh.
I think they killed them all or something like that.
Oh, right.
In Egypt. But in other places, I think they had other, I don't know. Anyways, that's a digressing. So.
Who was the second?
My brother Tracy.
How, what's the, what difference? What age difference?
About a year and a half.
Okay. And the next?
Corey.
What's the difference? What the...
I don't know. Actually, I'm 55. You're what?
49.
49.
Okay. And 6 years, so then?
Then there's Jamie. He hated me saying this. I used to call him baby brother. But he said, no, I'm not the baby brother. I'm the younger brother. So he's the younger brother.
How old is he?
I don't know.
46, 47, I think.
I see.
Yeah, so we're all pretty close.
Mm-hmm. How was what how do you say? Because you have, I heard humor is
Good icebreaker.
yeah, but also
A deflection?
humor also needs a bit of
Sarcasm.
yeah, but cold, to be cold.
Cruel to
But
be kind.
Cruelty, that's right. A bit of cruelty for humor. But you're both considerate, nice, but you have humor too. But your humor is never one that offends. So I'm wondering about what kind of home you grew up in. How was humor? Was humor part of it? Did you?
There was humor for sure.
Uh-huh.
Not to get too deep into it because that one nowadays it's certain humors are not accepted, you know. So
Unfortunately, I guess.
yeah. So what was funny once is politically incorrect now.
How do you feel about this? About political correctness in general?
Well, I know that people have suffered.
Okay, I can see your head here for that.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, not at all. Uh-huh.
People have suffered, and you know, like generations. And to tell a joke about them would be very insulting. And to them, which I didn't know. You know, I would say things just out of humor and was corrected politely by some good friends. And, you know, I just didn't know. There's a generation before me that has no clue. You know, so it bothers me a lot, actually.
I see.
Yeah.
Bring it back, Victoria. Did you have any, any good experience, bad experiences in Victoria?
Oh, a lot of bad ones. I can't even tell you. I've told enough friends that it's out there.
Right.
My story, so. But it's like, yeah, it's like basically Alice in Wonderland, but me going into the rabbit hole, you know.
When did you live in Victoria?
90, 91, 92.
Wow.
Maybe 93, but
It's such a pretty place. So,
it is. But
so dark, yeah. Have some.
The occult is there for sure. A lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. So, like now that we say about the darkness, what are dark episodes that you care to share?
Met a guy. His eyes were almost as black as coal. Like they looked dark, and he said he was ascending, like maybe Jesus or whatever. And he spoke to me about a whole bunch of things. that happens to be happening right now in my future. So, yeah, it's pretty unnerving.
But your own, like, to your morale and your own.
I've been fighting with the devil and God, both in my mind.
Okay, I see.
But mostly the devil. But then I thought, well, if they're got to be in cahoots, because there's just this stuff is, it was confusing. My mind was shattered, so I built my mind back up again.
And how long did that take? Are you talking more?
Just lately, like in the last since I'm dying, anyways. I kind of just went, you guys figure it out, and I'll just take my time, meet my friends, say goodbye, die, and then put me wherever you want. I guess that's my soul.
How were you different before schizophrenia? So first of all, when
I was naive, and I wouldn't even say naive. I was just living life and walking, not afraid of anything, just doing like, I don't know, just, it was wonderful. It was beautiful. Everything was nice and stuff. And I guess the older you get, maybe the more cynical, or the more you realize how tough life is, so on the mind and the body and the spirit.
How old were you when that developed, and how did it kick in?
28.
Can you set the scene and describe?
Yeah. Meditating a lot. Popped open my third eye.
No, but before, what set in schizo? Like what provoked it?
I think it was diet and drugs.
Okay.
I did some LSD. That probably was the most powerful LSD I've ever done.
And how much of it? How much?
Sugar cube.
Okay, and do you know the concentration and what kind? You remember? No.
It was my buddy. He was a saxophone player. He took half a hit of the sugar cube, and he was freaking out. I could hear him saying, "I'm never doing this ever again." So it was powerful.
How much did you do?
The whole cube.
I see. So it happened that as a result of a particular event, or
I was at a reggae festival.
Ah.
It was the Wailers.
Where was this?
Ladysmith, Vancouver Island.
Ah.
I actually ended up meeting them backstage.
During this acid trip?
I can't remember if it was before or after.
Uh-huh.
But
so what happened? You took acid, and then what? Because
then I was.
that was almost like the portal, wasn't it?
I came down.
Oh.
I came down. Everything was fine. 2 weeks later, I was hanging out with some friends on Pender Island, and I smoked a joint. And then something happened where I just, all of it, like I had been meditating with the lapis lazuli stone on my forehead. And then the eyeball, and where the third eye is supposed to be, kind of opened up, and constellations were coming in. And I was just like, so yeah.
So that was kind of like the first episode when you felt. I see.
Mm-hmm.
How long before that were you meditating for?
Quite a while, actually.
Months,
weeks.
What were you trying to achieve by that? Why was
I
the
was
purpose?
reading books on that in that town. A lot of books on meditation.
Was there an intent behind meditation? To transcend?
The 7 chakras are portals of energy in your body, right? And I don't know, I just was on a quest. I didn't even know what the quest was. I was almost being driven towards it,
Okay, so you did acid one time. 2 weeks later, you felt kind of a revelation or an episode of...
that was when I went in, right? After I smoked that joint.
Right.
gone.
Okay.
Like I was in the back seat.
I see.
Yeah. So after that,
How long did that last? Out time wise.
weeks,
Oh, is that right?
a month, 2 months.
And how did it express itself? Visually, auditively?
I felt it, and I seen some visuals.
Uh-huh.
But I could feel it in my body, like a crack in the wall, like a sound.
Uh-huh.
The sound would hit me, and it would be like my body would almost react at the same time that sound happened. Very sensitive to sound, and other things too. My thoughts were pretty fucked up too.
Positive, negative?
Mostly negative because I didn't know what was going on. But sometimes I was just almost like comatose. I was there, but I wasn't there. You know, like my mind was just jello. You know.
And were you afraid of what was happening? Were you?
I was afraid, and then I wasn't afraid. I was many things. It was like, yeah, just a bunch of, stuff that happened to me that seemed pretty darn real to me.
When were you diagnosed
With schizophrenia?
with schizophrenia?
I don't know. Like first time I went in, I woke up in a straitjacket. Second time I went in, I didn't go in a straitjacket. And the third time, and it was about 5 weeks every time. So I spent 15 weeks in Eric Martin Institute. Yeah.
Where is that in?
That's in Victoria.
I see. So that happened in Victoria. I see. So you were away from your family, from your home base.
Yeah, but my dad came out and got me the hell out of there. With my brother, Corey.
I see.
So, but...
Is there, do you have relatives who have schizophrenia as well?
No.
I see.
I don't think so. Corey, is there anybody with schizophrenia in our family?
Not that I know of,
No. No. But that's the most terrifying disease I've ever had. I got a whole bunch. Cancer. Get your cancer. So.
I remember, again, speaking of your wit, I remember hanging with you in on my deck, and what was the? I forgot what I said. I said a comment such as, "Oh, the mosquitoes don't wanna bite me because I forgot what," and you said the mosquitoes are afraid to bite me because they'll get cancer or something. I forgot how you phrased it.
Yeah.
Accidents. Did you ever have a car accident, bike accident?
Yeah, both. I loved riding bike. And I went up a hill, caught the front tire in a rut, and nutted myself. Yeah, really good. Car accident, turning into our driveway.
You were driving?
Yeah, my parents' driveway, on the highway, and a car passed me. So I was turning, and it hooked us. I was mad because I thought he was in the wrong. So.
Were you ever seriously hurt in an accident?
No.
Any scars that you have from accidents, or?
I got a scar from trying to chop up ice to make a whiskey.
What did you chop it with?
A blender. So there's a scar.
Yikes. Do you remember your grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah? Both sets?
Yes. I actually remember my grandmother on my father's side. I was in the West Coast, and I looked at my friends and said, I got to go home. there's something wrong with my grandmother. And then 2 days later, I get somebody walks up to me and says, you got to go home. There's something wrong with your grandmother. How the hell did they know? Like, I just picked it up, you know? So.
Huh. What did your parents do for a living? What was their profession?
Dad was a meat cutter. Mom was a lab technician.
I see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Risks. Are you a risk-taking person? Did you, or like more on the precautious side, or on the?
I think I'm
reckless?
Like I said, I'm a free spirit, so I would say a risk taker, but also cautious. But I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay.
I need to turn the fan on. I'm sweating.
Okay. Do you want to take a break?
Just for a minute.
Yeah.